Going live. We are now live, the November 14th, 2014. Small Business Accounting Advisors, hello.
Hello.
I guess we need to invite people from the chat. I don't understand what's happening. Let me see if I can find everybody from last time. And I'll put here is the link. I invited people personally to come in.
Yeah, because I usually get my little ding, 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 and I didn't get anything.
Well, here it comes. It came right up on the screen that time.
Okay.
Yep, it just now popped in for me too. But you only just did it that way.
I only did what?
You did it the chat way. That's how I'm seeing it.
I mean, I've invited each person personally. I've invited my circles that are the hangout peoples that come every week. I invited my bigger circle of the community. So I'm not sure I understand why. And I see Dennis there.
But even up until right before I signed in, the video for YouTube, that's when you go live, it says, please stand, coming soon, please stand by.
Yay! Hey, I'm so glad that you made it, Linda.
Linda,
What?
You're so cute. I love your hair.
Yeah, I got a new best friend, and she gave me all these new clothes, and she redid my hair. And
Yay!
If you would have seen it last week, if I could have gotten in, but I couldn't get it. I was 10 minutes late because she gave me about $800 worth of clothes.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was great. She used to have a store, and she was a dresser, and she dressed me, and oh, that's good. No, that's terrible, I still have to listen to the Q-Box thing, but I'm looking forward to it.
It sounds like you got the real San Francisco treatment there.
I know. She went all Hollywood on us. What?
I did. I got the royal treatment for the Queen.
That is awesome. That is totally awesome.
Was the meeting late today? Was the problem with, I didn't see an invite for a while.
No, it was hard to get in.
Yeah, I don't know what happened today. I invited every way I possibly could. Finally, I put the link in the chat. That was all the only, I mean, Larry was the only one that was able to come on for a long time.
Wow.
I didn't see an invitation, so I was just kind of wondering if there was a technical problem or something.
I thought maybe the cold vortex had hit Philadelphia.
It hit Google for some reason.
Well, I think Google is having trouble today. When I went online a little bit earlier, it said, there's something wrong here.
Oh, yes, I did get that message, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having trouble for them connecting and loading my Google Plus page and everything, and then I had a one-on-one hangout with somebody, and I was echoing back on their end, so I don't know what's been going on all week.
Crazy. I'm going to try and see if I can, I just hit whatever it said last time, the people that were in the hangout. That was all the people. Oh, and I lost my chat. Darn.
Well, finally we got in. I called Yvette on the phone and she didn't answer, so I don't think.
I spoke with Yvette earlier, like maybe around 3 my time, and she said that she wasn't going to make it. She had a prior engagement, so.
She's spending time with her daughter, which.
Yes, she is.
One daughter's an early teenager,
Yes.
So that's important.
Yep, absolutely it is.
So, how many of you made Seth's hangout this morning?
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Good.
I can never make that. That's too early for me.
Really,
Well, actually, it wasn't too early today, but
8 o'clock for me.
Yeah, I never make it that early. I was still in bed at 8.
I'm still sending out invites.
Yes.
I was actually up. I don't know. I've been having issues. I'm just waking up at really random hours. Like I went to bed
It's that
after
time
12. I went to bed after 12 and I was awake at 5. And I was wide awake. And then I was awake from 5 until 10 o'clock that night. And I was like, okay, something's got to give. And then this morning, I was like, okay, I in my mind, I willed myself, okay, sleep till at least 7 or 8. Come on, you could do it. And why was I awake at 6 a.m.?
Oh, I think there's another invitation coming.
Yep.
Joanne said that she's not sure if she can make it. She'll be watching.
Yes, I saw that.
I see Rhonda. Oh, I don't see Rhonda now. Sarah said she would be hiking. She's going to make it because I want to talk some more about Q-Box today.
Dark in Georgia at this time of day?
Yeah, it's 5:40. It's dark outside.
Hiking. Maybe in a gymnasium or something.
No, she said she's in Atlanta, right?
Yes.
She's outside. She's near Savannah.
Yes.
Southeast
Little island.
Yeah, we had a nice little snowstorm this morning, and last night into today.
Wow.
And I had to find my snow boots, and then I found one, and that one was damaged. So I'm like, yeah, and I have an appointment, in a couple of hours. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to wing it today.
Now, I have a question for you. Now that, because I know you're on the East Coast, don't you have a pair of rubbers?
That's
I do have a rubber in my wallet.
Oh, well, that's a different kind.
What? Say what?
See, a rubber on the East Coast is like boots. They're rubber boots. What they call them, rubbers.
That's a New England term too.
I know. No, actually, mine is a combo. They're snow and water resistant, but they're lined and they come up high. So not just because those ones you'll freeze. Because once you step in those puddles, the cold will get you in a heartbeat. So I tend to do the combo, the combo galoshes with, with the lining and stuff like that.
Okay.
Hello?
That's funny. I see.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we got about 2 inches last night, but it was very localized here. People as close as 5 miles away got nothing.
Wow.
Lucky us, right?
Yeah. It was mostly slippery around here. I'd say we probably got about 3. I mean, my car was completely covered, but by the time I left for my doctor's appointment at maybe 1, everything was gone. Like there was no snow on the car. I mean, yes, on the some on the grass, but the roads were dry and everything was good.
I don't think the roads were bad here. They seemed to be okay. It was actually above freezing, and it was about 35 degrees and snowing.
But it does put you in the, oh my God, it could snow anytime. I have to find my shovel, which I actually don't know where they are right now. I need to find my scraper, which I think I know where it is. I was not prepared for today. But, in New England, winter snow supplies, bread, eggs, and milk, eggs, and wine.
What do we do? Milk, eggs, and bread. I guess we have milk toast.
Yeah, in Massachusetts, when the weatherman says there's a snowstorm coming, the supermarket is crazy, and the only thing in people's carts is either wine, bread, and milk.
We'll have to add wine to the mix.
This is strange. I see Sarah is like almost on the Hangout on my smartphone. I don't know if she's trying to get in or just hanging out.
No, I think it's just the chat feature of there's a chat feature on the Hangout app on the phones
Oh, okay.
where you could actually talk and
And I
communicate.
do see her on the chat, so she may be watching. There's a couple people watching.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
okay, well, let's talk a little bit about QBox.
Woohoo! QBox! I love it.
Yay! Yay! I
I was
want to say, go ahead, Dennis.
I was on a half-hour webinar this morning.
I don't know if she's trying to
It
get
sounded like, is it Chris, the president?
There's a chat feature on the Hangout app.
Linda, are you
I
broadcasting?
think somebody's watching the Hangout on their phone.
Okay, we're good. I'm sorry. Dennis, you were in a webinar?
Yeah, and I was kind of peppering him with questions about it. I asked if we could put it in an encrypted portion of my hard drive, and he didn't know on that. He said you can move it to different parts of the. You don't have to use the C drive as the default. But I use. I asked about Smart Vault, and he wasn't sure if you could do that or not. And then I asked what happens if your hard drive crashes, and apparently you can go up to the web and the Web Explorer, and I guess you can reinstall it on the new hard drive, and it'll map it.
Yeah, it has. They keep 10 previous copies of everything for you of the the files that are synced.
And
So
that I
you
see
will
is a,
definitely be able to restore from the last version you had, or even anything before that. So, but I mean, Smart Vault is similar to that, like Dropbox and QBox. So it's a file sharing system as well. So
Right.
I wouldn't put QBox in Smart Vault. That wouldn't make any sense.
it would file share the file share, and it might just.
You're file sharing the file sharing system.
Right, right. Well, here's part of the problem, too. I think technology has advanced so much that it's hard to describe. What's the difference between QBox and hosting? I mean, you know what I mean? When you're describing this to your client, I really liked Sarah's analogy, like it's a shared folder with a traffic cop. That, to me, seems like it describes it. But in certain instances, it does act like a hosting site.
That's the way I look at it. In my mind, it's like I'm getting the same benefit where we're all using the same file. It's just that, from a layman's point of view, the major difference in my mind's eye is that they can't have multiple people in the file at the same time.
Right.
And but from a practical standpoint, to me, it's the same effect where you're using the same file. Ultimately after it's been synced up.
Right, right. Well, I would think that it depends on the size of the business. If you're talking about a solopreneur or somebody that wants to, like a small business that wants to hold on to the invoicing, for example, and then have you do all the rest of the bookkeeping, perfect solution. If it's a small business that has 3 people that come in every day to strictly invoice or pay bills, and they're all hitting and using multi-user function on QuickBooks, this is not a solution.
Yeah, that would not work very well.
Right, at least until they've finalized a multi-user.
Well, that's coming, yes.
I'm so giddy with excitement. Sorry.
There was an announcement in my email, something about a new version of QBox. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh.
Yeah, they're doing an upgrade on Saturday, so you want to be out of it. It's gonna sync up and restart and everything between 8:30 and 9:30, I believe.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the.
So yeah, I do see this as a perfect solution for some folks that are hosting and only need access every once in a while, that do not need the access every day, 8 hours a day.
Exactly.
So it can save some people that really need it the most some big time money.
Right. I'm actually considering using it as my exclusive file share system because generally during tax season my clients only just basically are giving me their data, and I've been one to print their tax returns and actually give them a hard copy. But with something like this, I can set up everyone on a folder. It's private. I can put their tax return, actual tax, a PDF of their tax return in there, and they can access it at any time. You know.
That's what I do with. I have like CPA Site Solutions, and it comes with the portal. And so what I do is I just upload. I have them scan their documents to the portal, and then like their 1098, 1099s, or whatever, and then I will I have Intuit Tax Online, and then I will print off a PDF copy and upload it to the portal, so then they can scan. They can basically print off the 887. What is the
the 8879.
Yeah, right. I have them print off, sign it, scan it back to the portal, and then I just e-file their taxes and then send them a bill online through Xero. So I don't even need to meet with them,
Do you have a payment link on there for Xero? For your invoices?
What happens with Xero, I send an invoice out and there's a link and they can use PayPal to pay it.
Nice.
And so I'm notified. And the thing I like about Xero is it tells me if they've actually opened the invoice.
Right.
I know if I got to send it again or bug them again.
So Dennis, that means you're going to be totally paperless this year.
Well,
pretty much.
Congratulations.
Occasionally I will send out paper copies, but very rarely. I mean, I've got a few clients that aren't really tech savvy, and they're older clients, and so I will physically snail mail it to them, and also I'll have them. They can fax to my eFax number. I've got my eFax number set up where it doesn't come to me; it comes to the website that's secured, so I don't have to worry about. It used to come as a PDF attachment.
Right.
And it used to be I would redact on the 8879. I would redact most of the social number so they could just send it. But now I just basically have them fax it to me, and like I said, it goes to the eFax secured website, and then I get a message from eFax. Then I go and download it from their website, so it doesn't come as an email attachment anymore, which is nice.
So it's a lot more secure that way.
Yeah, it's an extra security feature. But yeah, I use the portal all the time, and that I suppose you could use. Some people use SmartVault to do that, and some people, I guess, you could use QBox.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So because Chris is gonna give us a call, as he said, on Friday to talk about the new Associates portal. I'm gonna kind of review all of that and the options for how to utilize that portion of it for my tax services. I already the way I'm using it now for my bookkeeping clients is working out perfectly.
Yeah, my only concern would be is that like CPA Site Solutions, a well-established company, it's probably a lot bigger company than QBox, and I guess I would be a little just wondering how robust their website is and their.
He supposedly has big time security on this, better than Dropbox.
Yeah, he does. They do. So it's
And it could depending on if you've got commercial strength security. Yeah, I mean I certainly wouldn't use like Dropbox or Google Drive for sharing, confidential files. I'll use SmartVault to store tax returns in because I figure that's pretty safe. But things that are basically consumer products like Google Drive or Dropbox,
Right, and
I'd be leery.
those I would not want to be sending social security numbers through and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Linda, you're using ShareFile?
Yeah, I started that in July and I liked it, until they renewed it for me, and when they renewed it, they charged $300 to my credit card, and they said it was for 3 months. And I have not gotten an answer yet, and I don't use it that much. I just want a safe, like, encrypted way to send backups. When I'm out at my clients, what I like to do is back up to somewhere that I have that's off-site. So in case they screw up, I have a backup that I can rescue them with.
You can get SmartVault as a pro advisor for, I think, like $30-35 a month, and they give you like 100 gig.
Oh, I'm not even using close to the amount, so that's not.
Yeah, maybe SmartVault through the Pro Advisor program might be the way to go, Linda.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Like 30, but I think it's like around $35 a month.
Okay, and
so
now with that one, do I just put it there and then I have to tell somebody to go get it, or how do I send it from there to somebody, or how do they go get it and get it? Do they have to join too?
I think there's probably webinars on that. I don't really use it for that. I use my
SmartVault in any of these file share systems. You as the user, professional has an account, and the person you're sending it to needs to create a username and password, because that's how the secure, that's how they log in and access the file that you created for them. Yeah. So no matter what you do, everybody has to sign up for an account with these people.
And they get.
I find a lot of people don't want to do that. I shouldn't have any problem though. That's one reason why I went to ShareFile, because with ShareFile they can go get it without a username or password.
And that's where
it's not as secure.
Yeah, if that's the case, then that's not secure.
Right. Got it.
Because then anybody could go in there and get their stuff. You know what I mean? Like you have
they intercepted the email. That's
right. You have a unique user ID and a password to get the stuff. Like I would never allow my clients to try to go and use a program that does not require them to authenticate who they are before they access the stuff.
That's true. That's very true.
And this is a problem, because this is where the clients are not as tech savvy as accountants or any of us as advisors, and they just don't understand. They just don't want to deal with it. They just want what they want when they want it, and the easiest way possible.
Yeah, I know with like Zoho.
You kind of have to be a bit of a teacher.
Yeah, with like Zoho and Evernote, I have two-step authentication. So when I log in, then they'll send a code to my smartphone as a second step. So that's one way of making things more secure. Is that someone would have to have both your phone and access to the website.
Exactly.
Right, but from
I like the way QBox sets it up, where you download the client, the QBox Explorer. The person that you've sent this to, it goes to an email that they've provided.
Yes.
So it's not like, and then it walks them through how to install, and they have, they set up their password. So now this client is on their computer, and they log into it, and unless somebody comes into your office or you're try to access, you know what I mean. So it's better to have.
I have a question on the user. Like for example, I sent an invitation to this one client of mine, and I set up the folder in my directory. Now, when I talked to Chris, it sounded like when the client would set up, then it would map over to the Explorer. And I'm just wondering if I should have not created the directory for my client and let the system do it, because
I don't let the system do it.
The system is going to do it.
Something that you need to do if you set it up.
Right.
Maybe I should delete the folder, because maybe that's. Because I'm not sure.
I would get on the phone with your client and make sure, see what they have already if they haven't done it yet.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's done it yet. She said she's going to do it, but She gets
Yeah,
busy.
maybe get on the phone while she's doing that and walk it through with her to make sure everything,
Or maybe do a
runs properly.
remote act.
But
Do
make
it.
sure that QBox sets that folder up during its setup process.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait till
Some kind of
Monday.
special
I'll give-
folder that.
I'm not going. We finally got on.
Okay, I'm gonna mute Linda. I think she's talking to someone else.
Where'd she go?
I think she went to answer the phone. So we'll leave the conversation private.
Hang on a second, I'm having issues.
Oh no. Oh no. Issues everywhere with Google today. Well, I'm glad it's this week and not last week, and we got our QBox demo in.
Yeah, I was late, and so I couldn't get on. What the?
Yeah, we did have a full house. Here comes Sarah.
Sarah's out in the woods or something.
I don't know if I have enough bandwidth coming down off this mountain.
Well, you're breaking up. It looks like you have a rash on your face.
Looks like you're driving your car or something.
I'm
What?
teasing.
What in the world are you doing on the mountain?
We went to Dahlonega for the day. We're up in Atlanta on business all week.
Oh,
So we thought
okay.
we'd take a day and Linda, look at your hair.
Look, we got a makeover.
My new best
So I
girlfriend
probably just interrupted.
Well, we're
Did I
talking
just
about
interrupt a
QBox,
great
Sarah.
conversation?
We're talking
guys
about
talking
QBox.
Oh, QBox.
Sarah, that's just so wrong. That's wrong. Just why you gotta torture us like that? I saw that cut going to your mouth. Why you gotta torture us like that?
Obviously not
Hey, I
driving.
work till 3 a.m. I don't want to hear it.
I know.
I
This
earned
week
it.
was
We're glad to see that you're not hiking in the dark. We were concerned about that.
Yeah, sun went down, so we had to get in the car. It's like,
Okay.
you can see the mountains.
This week my Starbucks coffee cup had wine in it.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, today through tomorrow, through Sunday, it's a buy one, get one free
Oh, cool.
at Starbucks.
Really?
Oh, it's from 2 to
You
5
just made my
p.m.
husband's day.
So,
You know, Starbucks was started in Seattle.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Yeah,
the land of coffee. You can go anywhere and get any kind of coffee you want in Seattle.
Yes.
Well, you know, oddly enough, the president of Starbucks, Howard, what's his name, is not very popular with Seattle Sonic fans. He's still the team to the Oklahoma City, so he's not very popular. Can't go out in public.
Sorry, lost you.
Hard to hear you, Dennis.
You're breaking up.
Oh, I said that the owner of the president of Starbucks used to own the Seattle Sonics and sold them to Oklahoma City. So whenever he goes out, book signings or anything like
Get
that.
pieces of that.
Sarah, can you mute yourself? Well, I
Lost her.
The video stopped.
You know what I wanted to ask Linda is if you're at your clients and you're only using an off-site place to store their backup file,
yeah.
just as an insurance thing. I'm wondering if you really need them to be able to get at it. I mean,
Well, it's also the way that I send it to their CPA or their tax preparer, because I don't.
okay. Okay, all right.
Now I'm sure there might be another way for me to do it. Maybe
So
I.
Linda, with QBox, you can set up the custom sync folders where you have the people you work, your clients and your CPAs,
Right.
and then only when they need it, you sync that information and give it to them.
Okay. Now, Does their data actually reside out on the QBox site?
It resides in 3 places.
Okay,
It resides on their computer, their C drive,
got it,
in the application QBox in the cloud,
got it.
and then any other user that is synced to that folder also has a copy.
Got
So
it.
it would be on it would be on wherever you put it. It would be on a local copy for you, a local copy for them, and then QBox has a copy on their servers.
The current sync copy.
Right.
One of the client that I am most concerned about has a network, and so their data file resides on a server, and that 5 different people access that data file on the server.
They're coming up with that. That's new and upcoming.
Right.
So,
They're working on developing that. Yep.
So it sounds to me like, for me right now, maybe Smart Vault is my best bet right now as far as price and convenience. But what does Smart Vault do?
Hold on. My train's going by.
I hear your train. We like your train, Misha.
That doesn't come in the middle of the night, does it?
he's muted. He
The
can't-
last one comes in say about 11:30 and leaves about 10 minutes to midnight, and then it doesn't run again until 5:30 in the morning.
Right.
But the only reason I knew that was because I actually used to take the train, but it doesn't wake me or it doesn't stop me from going to sleep.
No, you get used to trains. I mean, even if they're right next to you, you get used to them. It's not a big deal.
So Linda, it's $9 per month per folder.
Okay.
And that's on the Pro plan. And then, let me make sure I'm giving this right. Let me open up.
That gives me an idea. It doesn't have to be perfect, Misha.
Well,
There's Smart Vault.
right. But if you ended up going with the, the team, version, it's $6 a month per folder. And then there's a base fee of $10 per month.
Okay.
Is that the right one? Sorry, hang on.
Now, would I
what he
call
was-
Smart Vault? Just tell them I'm a pro advisor,
I'll send you an email with the information so you can get a free trial.
and I'll link to it for you then.
I think, Misha, you were giving her the information for QBox, and you were asking for Smart Vault.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you want Smart Vault, or I don't know what Smart Vault's pricing is. You have to log into your Pro Advisor account.
Okay, got it. And that's where you get to. Got it. Thank you very much for clarifying. I wondered about that, Gina. Got it.
Yeah, if you want to try, if you want to do the trial for QBox, just give me your email address and I'll send it over to you.
Okay, I got to think about it. I've got some client that actually is out on the internet somewhere, and it looks like QuickBooks Desktop. And he switched from online, I think, to desktop, but it's like he thinks he's on QuickBooks Online, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like desktop. But there's you know how at the top of our window here there's the little the horizontal bar. Well, there's a little horizontal bar like when I was on some of those other hosted desktop things. So
He may be hosted then. He
It-
may have some kind of virtual VPN, virtual private network that he's...
that's what it looks like, but I don't know, and he doesn't know either. So
Okay, and you know, again, we're back to that problem. The clients don't understand this technology. Really on desktop and thinks he's online. You
right.
know,
I was glad where he was, and I'm not worried about it right now. We're cleaning up his file, and he'll start a new file at the end of December. He has to have a balance sheet because he's...
Is everybody freezing today?
Yeah. Repeat that, Linda. He has to have a balance sheet because...
Well, because the lending company said so.
Okay.
They got his they've already approved the loan, and he's already paid 10% down cash, $76,000. So that's not the problem. But I'm trying to, while we're working together, I'm trying to teach him a little bit about what a balance sheet is, what you owe and what you own, and kind of the way it ought to look. He had a big mess, and we've worked about 6-7 hours, and we only have a little bit more of the mess to fix right now. But I told him in the beginning, it'll never be right. It's going to be good enough to get this balance sheet to them, and then we'll start a new data file January 1st. So
Good for
he's
you.
happy with that.
Good for you.
Yeah, and I fired 2 clients last week. 2.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What was their problem?
Well, and I did it actually very nicely, and I referred them, and I went online and I searched for 3 pro advisors for them each. One was that hardware company I told you about, and the other one was the tree care and landscape service. I just told him I just could not honestly do what he wanted me to do. He wanted me to set up an item so this what the numbers were, and there would have to be like a sheet protector with a code. If you typed in this number, it meant this, and if you typed in that number, it meant that. There was a whole bunch of other things we were working on he never finished up on, and I said, I'm not going to work on anything new till you finish up the other stuff we're working on. You're going to be real unhappy if it's not done. So I said, let me find somebody else that's more willing to do what you want, because you shouldn't pay for my mistakes. You should pay for your own. And I think any of those people would come back to me in the future, actually, if they needed help. It wasn't an angry thing. But he says, but this is money for you. I said, you don't understand. I'm not doing this for the money. Now, I'm not doing it not for the money. But that's not my primary purpose is to help my clients. If I can't help my clients and really feel like I'm helping them, then I need to find somebody else that I think can help them. So, and now I picked up more clients. Isn't that nice?
Amen.
What?
I said amen.
Hallelujah.
I have I don't know, not really a question or anything. So remember we had Falcon Expenses did their demo.
Yes.
I love, how we loved it and everything. So I recommended it to a client because it's something that they definitely could utilize. The feedback that I got from her, not the greatest.
Oh, I'm so sad to hear that.
I mean, major, it doesn't work the way it says it's going to work. Like, nothing that they said, the scanning part, none of it worked the way. So I suggested, I said, you know what, put everything in writing, send it over to me, and I'll send it over to them, because that's the only way they're going to know that they're having major issues.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think Shafat had said something close to that at the Sleater 14.
Yep.
It was more or less, don't run away from your bad reviews. Take them, look at them, and figure out what the problem is and fix it. And that's the way you grow.
Exactly. So just a heads up on that. And I'm like, I've been waiting for it to come to the Android because I'm going to try to use it for my business. But the feedback, because she's on Apple, she has an iPhone. And, this is my architect firm, where they're going to Canada, they're going to Zurich, they're going to, all of these countries, and he needs to be able to plug in those expenses so I have that, in real time. And they're traveling to different, construction sites and having all these meetings, and they're all over the place. And it was a way for the whole staff to kind of
So you might want to look at Tally or Expensify. Have you looked at either of them?
I haven't since I saw that one first.
And it's cheap, $5,
Yeah, and the price was good. I was like, okay, and it, based on the demo, I thought, oh, this is going to work perfect for them, but it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Oh.
Baby.
Okay. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Like you, I was waiting for it to come to Android so that I could check it out and try it out. What I really wanted was the mileage.
Yes, that's what I wanted it for, is the mileage, because I don't really do a lot of cash transactions where I need receipts and stuff.
But to be able to get into the car, click a button, you know, and then when you get to the client, click the button, you know, you just can't beat that.
It just...
So, one last question about QBox, Misha. Did Chris say when the URL was coming out?
The associate URL portal?
Yes.
He said next week.
He said next. Yeah, I thought he said, well, his next week would have been this week, right? Or next week.
That's what I thought. The demo was last week, so it should have been this week, unless Friday isn't.
No. It's next week coming. It's the next week coming because they're gonna do it after they do the update.
Right. Update Saturday.
The update Saturday, right? So he's gonna start calling the associates next week.
Next week.
Awesome.
So what's the advantage of being an associate?
Say that again?
What's the advantage of being an associate? Is it comes to a program or a discount or
Free QBoxes.
Free QBox. Woohoo!
Oh.
Nice.
Free QBox, not just the regular Pro, but the free, full version of it, unlimited.
It's so low that it's really not worth it, but I'll do it for the free QBox.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in terms of pricing, the pricing is awesome as well because you're really, if you're just doing regular syncs, it's $9 per folder.
It's $7.50 if you prepay.
And yeah, exactly. And if you prepay it, it's $90 a year. That's it.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, per folder. So say you have 10 clients. You know, you factor that into what you're charging them anyway. It's literally, I think it was Sarah who mentioned this, it's like the day you have car insurance or somebody, I think you did this, you mentioned it, Sarah. It's like you purchase car insurance or, you've been purchasing it for years and nothing happens, you don't have an accident. The policy lapse is the day you have the major car accident. That's basically what this is because yeah.
It might have been when I set up the QBox, I found the client had their QuickBooks data file on their C drive all these years, and we thought it was on the terminal server getting backed up every day.
Exactly.
How do you make the client understand what a save you just did for them?
Exactly. So the
saving. Again, we're back to this big divide between client understanding and technology. They're just not there.
Well, I just have one question on this.
I learned a big lesson. To next time I'm dialed into a client, I control one and go see where their data is.
Yep.
Because we could save this. We could really save their pennies, but.
Absolutely.
I have a question on QBox. When you send out the invitation, was it fair to say that it's going to be the client that's going to set up the folder that's going to get mapped to your?
It doesn't have to be. One person pays, everybody else is free. So either you set it up and you pay, or have them set it up.
No, but I mean when I send out the invitation to them.
Yeah.
In the act of setting it up, are they creating? It's going to map to wherever they say, and then that's going to create the link to the QBox in the sky, which will get mapped down to.
Yeah.
It's not
and
something.
It moves your QuickBooks file.
Yeah, it's not something I set up the file. I set up the folder for them. The folder gets set up in the act of them responding to my invitation.
Yes, and you want it to be that way, Dennis.
Okay.
Right.
So
Dennis, when you create the file for that client because that's your client, and you call it, XYZ company. Then you go in and you put their email address to send the invitation for them to share that folder
Got it with you.
when they go in and sign up, it will automatically duplicate what you have created for them to access.
Got it.
So they don't necessarily create a folder. They don't create the folder, and then it gets converted over to
That
my.
original folder that you created is what they will see, because
Perfect.
that's what you're inviting them to. Think about, it's the same concept as
Dropbox.
Dropbox and Smart Vault.
Right, but when I create, like for example, I put it in my encrypted section of my hard drive.
I can't hear you.
So it would have said, it would have been like root directory is what it would do.
I can't hear you, Dennis.
It would be like the root directory, like what they see, as opposed to me creating their company name as a folder, and then they see that.
Sarah, I'm gonna mute you for 2 seconds.
Okay. In your QBox, when you set up, you have a file folder system, right?
Right, but
Okay,
what I'm asking is that do I set up their folder, or do they set it up and then it gets mapped over to my computer?
Okay,
set it up and then
if you're the one paying this account, paying the QBox, and
Wait.
you're sending them the invitation, they are linking to the folder you have already created.
Right.
Oh.
on your system.
If they are sending you an invitation, you are linking to the folder they have created.
Got it.
Okay. I sent them the invitation, so I guess I need to go back and recreate the folder I just deleted.
So basically, you've deleted the invitation that you sent them.
Got it.
So if I go, do I need to send the invitation again?
You need to go back and put the folder with their name on it.
Okay.
Go into, I want to now share this folder with this client's email,
Okay.
because that's the only way it works. It's the same concept as Dropbox and Smart Vault.
Okay.
That concept is the same. The difference is the collaboration part where it syncs.
Okay. So if I
That's the
set
major difference between the two programs.
so if I have like ABC company, I set up a folder called ABC. So when the invitation.
When you put the client's email, owner at abc.com, and says, I'm going to give them access to ABC folder, company folder, that's the marriage right there.
Okay.
But let the link set up the folder on their side. If you are sending the invitation, you let QBox set up the sync and the folder on their end. On their computer, you do not want a folder already set up.
Okay. So
Do you have the instruction sheet that you can give to the client for client instructions on how to get everything set up?
Yeah, I think she sent it in an email to me, or she basically responded to that email I sent her. So I need to see what I sent her as to where it's going to get mapped.
So there's an instruction sheet I can give you for the client. Do you want that? Gina, how do you want me to share that with you?
You know what? Put the link in, and I'll send it to Dennis.
It's a PDF file.
It just says, I look at the email, it says, I've shared a file with you on QBox. Please click here to set up your free QBox account and join the folder.
Right,
So,
and then they follow the instructions after they've clicked that link. I'm going to give you the instructions that's written out so you can follow along.
okay. Okay, great.
So I'll email it to Gina. And
Email Dennis, Misha.
Dennis, put your email in the chat box, and I'll email it to you right now.
Okay, just a second.
Okay, well, there's a quick lull here. Let me ask a question. Last week, I remember there was a brief amount of discussion about using QBox with training sessions, and then somebody mentioned TeamViewer. TeamViewer, I can see where you can get on and see what they're doing on their system, but I don't see where. I don't know where QBox comes into that.
I can't imagine.
So
How we got that
you
impression.
don't need QBox to use TeamViewer, I don't think.
Yeah, not that way.
Not that way.
You can share folders, but I don't think you're going to share the screen like Log Me In or TeamViewer or Join.me or any of that.
Right.
All right. So QBox really wouldn't be of any use as far as training goes, right?
Not it just you could use it to share the if the training has worksheets and workbooks and stuff like that where they're sharing documents
Or the QuickBooks file.
But that's about it.
Yeah,
But the thing is the copy of the QuickBooks file needs to be on both the your client and and your system anyway.
Right. Okay, I heard part of it last week, and you know how sometimes Google cuts in and out, and I said, wow, I'm missing something here.
So while I have you up, Larry, what's this about the, what did you say, DNS.com, OpenDNS?
Yes, I was given a tip yesterday, and I honestly haven't had a chance to fully research it, but the idea is, you know how you get these 0-day things that you can really wipe you out? Somebody will send you an email, and then in that email, if you click on something, it sends you to some bogus website, and bingo, that's all it takes, and
That's right.
and your computer gets infected and so forth. And the guy was saying this thing keeps you from going to a lot of these bad websites, so it protects you in that way. But like I said, I haven't really had a chance to fully check it out. But I guess they have a free version, a pro version, and whatever, even for corporate use and for cell phones and all of that. So,
Nice.
My husband says I use it.
What do you use?
My husband says I already use it.
OpenDNS.
OpenDNS?
Yeah.
You're using that, Sarah.
I apparently am.
Okay.
We need to have your husband on so he can explain how it works.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Is he driving?
Yeah.
Not today. We'll ask for an explanation next week. He
Focus.
needs to pay attention to the road right now.
Yeah.
Right. There's so much road noise too. I don't want to interrupt y'all.
Will
I'll
he
get
be
an
willing
answer
to come
for you,
on?
and I'll let you know next week.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sarah, how cold is it down in Atlanta?
Oh, cold for. I have like a real scarf on.
You know what? Y'all need to stop. For real.
I know somebody was writing in an email today, wow, it's bone-chilling cold up here near the mountains. And here they are in Southern California. And I mean, it's like 50. Oh, bone-chilling cold.
At 60 degrees.
Now, they don't know what bone-chilling cold is.
That is just wrong. Just wrong. I woke up this morning and it was snowing.
Mm-hmm.
It was below 32.
You know what, Sarah? I'm gonna bring some snow for you. Actually, I think Nancy had a big snowstorm up in Vermont and Maine.
Yeah, that's right.
Already, and it's not.
That
I mean,
doesn't
come on.
surprise me.
Granted, it's New England. Come on.
I mean, Vermont, doesn't it snow year round up in Vermont?
I think
I know. Well, early in the week, it was like almost 65 degrees, and then today we had snow. Yay!
Yeah.
Get ready, more coming next week.
I know.
It's not global warming, it's climate change.
Climate change, yeah, I would call it that instead of global warming.
Well, it just didn't work as global warming anymore, so they just renamed it climate change.
Oh man, I hate this.
I love living down south, let me tell you. I've had enough of Pennsylvania and Syracuse and no more.
No more snow for you. Only the rare occasion.
I'll visit it.
Well, anyway, well, we had a good week. And
I can't believe I gave up Barbados weather for this crap.
well, don't you have to go somewhere now, Misha? Don't you have a client?
No,
Where'd she
no.
go? No.
Do
You
I?
just scared her. You just scared her.
I'm sorry.
Don't play.
About the boots, you found one boot. Remember?
No. I just had this was earlier today when I was trying to go. During the snowstorm, I started looking for it, and I couldn't find it. But I just had a doctor's appointment this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Oh, I had a doctor's appointment yesterday morning, and I passed all my tests with flying colors.
Oh.
Yeah, my blood pressure, my cholesterol, everything was golden. So
And you got your makeover. What a great day.
yes, that was good. So anyway.
Hey, let's tell Doug to have a East Coast convention. Let's do Savannah.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh,
Well,
that's
I'd like to
great.
see
You
the
know,
Seattle
That's a
myself.
good idea. I like that.
yeah. Or at least Atlanta something
Atlanta's actually a nice town for a conference.
for a conference.
I love you guys and everything, but y'all need to stop dissing Massachusetts. And y'all need to suck it up, buy a coat, and come visit.
I only do Massachusetts if they're in the summertime. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
We can
You
come in the fall,
Don't you
Misha.
guys love potluck? You never know what you're gonna get. Just come on up. One day it might be 60. It might be a blizzard. Who knows? That's the excitement of
Go
living
to
in
Boston and ride the T.
I know. You know.
We're sure a rowdy bunch of accountants, huh?
We like having fun.
Have you guys been following the ABBO Facebook page? It got a little nuts last night.
Ah, okay.
Oh my gosh, it got funny. It was funny. We got up on this whole tangent of crazy things that people try to deduct.
Oh, for expenses.
Like,
Yeah, there's some
at
crazy
midnight,
things.
1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, there was some crazy.
Well, I had a client who wrote off all of his clothing and all of his shoes.
But not for long.
No, he got audited, and he was paying his father's truck payment. And he was shocked when the IRS said, no, you're paying him wages, and you need to pay the Social Security. You need to hold the Social Security and Medicare out of that truck payment. And maybe you have to pay him enough, though, that after you pay him, you can pay his truck payment. But you have to do Social Security, Medicare, you have to match it, you have to do SDI, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I was reading these crazy this one article. This one guy, he went to a sperm bank. He wanted to know if he could take a depletion allowance. Well, have to be an oil well for that.
That's hysterical.
Oh, depreciate your sperm, okay?
It depletes your system.
Oh, man. Depletion.
That's funny.
That's crazy. And
Well, I hope you get to send and get us in faster next week.
I sure will try. I did everything I could. Again,
Okay, I have a question on this Q box on this creating this folder. Am I created it in?
Can't hear you, Dennis. Where'd you go?
yeah.
I say, am I adding for the creating the sync the folder for the client? Am I doing it on the website under create new regular sync folder?
Yes.
So that's where I set up the clients.
Yeah, you can do
okay.
it there. Yeah.
Okay.
Create new folder and give it a name.
Right.
And then it'll give you the option to share it on the right-hand side. You see all the the ones where it says share, and then once you click that, it will open up a window, and it allows you to put the email address in there.
Okay. Okay.
What's Linda got up?
Linda's having a
Birthday party.
birthday celebration on January 3rd.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to fly out for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna get my private jet fueled up, and
Yeah, maybe what you can do is come to the Rose Parade January 1st and then come to my party on January 3rd.
maybe
You
I'll
just
try.
have to set a computer up and do a hangout, and we'll appear.
I know you can put us in the corner, and we'll
I think we need to
attend the
hang out
party.
on the 2nd. We'll do our regular hangout on the 2nd. I'll have to see if there's any way to do it. We actually have a projector on the ceiling of the room where I'm having it, and it projects onto a screen, so you could actually be on a big projector screen.
Well, awesome.
I love the theme.
Now let's see,
I love
from
the
1:30 to 3:30 my time is 4:30 to 6:30 your time. So it kind of matches the Friday time almost. It's actually an hour earlier. Well, the first hour is earlier. You could come to the early hour instead of the late hour.
Okay.
That's kind of cool, Linda. I like that idea. Are you? This is your 7 point. This is Linda 7.0.
I did one 10 years ago. How do you like the mice? I like the mice.
Cute.
And then what I want is the gift of a memory. People have to bring a word, a sentence, or a short story.
Nice.
Oh.
And I love that your daughter's the MC.
Yes, she is. So we did it 10 years ago, and we had a lot of fun. And I figure every 10 years I'll give myself a big birthday party. I don't like surprises, so I'll plan the whole thing.
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
thought I'd share it with you in case anybody's planning on coming this way. Just make a note. If you're in the area, you're more than invited. Okay?
Awesome.
All righty, I'm going to close it.
Alrighty. Well, I think we're going to end. Did we answer all your questions, Dennis?
I'm trying it again for sending the invitation, so
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to stop the broadcast.
well,
And we can still
it says
stay
invited,
on.
so
We can stay on. We don't have to. I'm just going to stop broadcasting.
I have to go because I have another hangout. Okay?
Bye, Linda. You look fabulous, by the way.
Have a great weekend.
Next week.